Hello YouTube, Robin Hood Bricks here, and yet again it's Brick Haul O'Clock! With 2 packages from bricklink.com and a couple of eBay purchases. Well, I think I'll start and end with an eBay purchase, and this is the first one. It was the gift with purchase that was recently released, the Wintertime Carriage Ride 40603. And I just really liked the set, very Christmassy and very sort of touristy. But basically, I didn't have a big purchase coming up, and you needed to spend £160. So instead, I just spent the £20 to basically secure myself one of these for the future. And I think the biggest comment on it, other than it's being really nice, is that it's crazy long. It's about a base plate long, but I do like it. With the couple, I've put holding hands on the back because they're deeply in love, staring into one another's eyes. I really like the addition of the carrot in the trunk at the back for the horse, which I've modified slightly because I prefer it with the saddle, or, well, whatever that is, bridle, I suppose, slightly proud of the back of the animal. And we've got a really nice driver as well there with a nice foot plate, which I really like using, kind of a spoiler piece as I think of it. Anyway, yeah, so a very nice set. Arguably a little big. I think this whole back section's huge and doesn't really have anything in it. And I think that was just so it could accommodate these very fancy ornate wheels. But hey ho, it looks very pretty. You know exactly what it is. And yeah, I just had to have one for Brick Nottingham, didn't I really? So I will wheel that off and we can get into the first of our 2 packages. Excuse me, Robin. So let me remind myself what I wrote for this order. I haven't sabotaged these actually. Yeah, I wrote tunnel and turret for this. So yeah, we'll have to see what's in here. Golly, this looks incredibly well wrapped. Sometimes I sabotage them and sometimes I forget to, like now, and I'm just going to cut straight through the cardboard to save me working out how on earth to get through all of that tape. So here we go. Very nice. Looks quite neatly packed. And I can immediately see the turret element of that moniker that I gave it when I made it many months ago, actually. This is a bit overdue. And it's these corner tower or wall pieces for castles in old grey. And I just needed a few more of them because I'm going to extend, as you probably know, Brick Nottingham Castle just by adding kind of more of a facade onto that back wall, get a bit more height. And then I thought at the very end, you know, and they do this a lot on Harry Potter sets actually. You know, they've got a tower and then kind of on the top of the tower, there's almost like a smaller tower. And then sometimes there's even a smaller tower on top of that one. Well, anyway, I thought not only do I need one for the actual main body, but I could get 2 more and put that on the very top of it, and it would be a tower on top of a tower. So yeah, that's what I've gone for there. And these look absolutely great. These look better conditioned than the ones I've got already. So that will be the Rust Tower. I think everything I need to build and complete that now, I think, maybe with a few more of the pieces in here as well. These grey ones in old light grey, these wedge plates, and in old dark grey, these ones as well. I think I'm doing them for sort of bands halfway up the walls or just below the battlements or something like that to give it a bit of detail. Otherwise, it's just one great big grey splodge. So that is the tower element. Then for the tunnel, I've got lots of these panels. So there should be 4 in dark blue. Transparent, very nice indeed. And these came in mainly sort of Unitron and Futuron sets, including 1793, Space Station Xenon from 1995, which I've not seen before actually. I think that one passed me by, but it's very funky indeed. So yeah, I've got 4 of those, and they'll be the sort of window sections in an underwater tunnel. And for the yellow sections, which will fit in with the base, I've got these ones as well. Oh no, there's only one there. I think I've got some more coming on a different order. I don't really mind whether it had the sticker or not, but this particular one did. And it's quite appropriate because it's got some nice sort of vents and bolts on and so on. So I'll probably keep that. Might need to move it to make it line up because it's a bit skew-whiff at the moment. So that particular one came off the 8250 Search Sub from 1997, which looks like a sort of, well, very not very watertight submarine, I think you'll agree, but that's because you can see all the pneumatic goings on the inside. I think you sort of push all the plungers and it does all of the actions for it. But I'm wondering what those actions actually are, because from that picture, it seems like it's carrying a great big a barrel of waste, doesn't it? So it looks like it's dumping waste deep at sea. So hopefully it's not doing that. But anyway, yeah, so when I've got a lot more yellow ones and a few blue ones, we'll have kind of a deep sea corridor, much like my sea tunnel that I've got. So that's got a sort of monorail and it's under construction. This will be a corridor for people to walk in, so you'll be able to sort of see a minifigure or two on the inside of that, as long as it's lit brightly enough, because it is quite dark. I was considering getting the light translight blue, but they're harder to get hold of, would you believe, than these. So anyway, that is a good start for that project. An engine block. I think that's for an Inferno build along with these orange pieces here. This is quite interesting, and it is the one with the hinge attachment. So this came from a street sweeper, specifically 6645 from 1991, and this is called the brush holder. Basically, those street sweepy brushes would spin around in this container, and then you attach it using one of those 1x2 hinge pieces that normally is made up of two parts, for a chair or something like that. And you just push one of them into those three bits there. So that'll make it easy to connect. And I thought it might be interesting as an alternate arm for a submarine, because it's in that yellow, isn't it? And that's what I was thinking of when I was buying all these pieces. And I thought instead of brushes, because it doesn't really need to sweep any streets underwater, of course, I could put some great big gears or something like that to represent some rock grinders or something like that. So it'd be a real sort of mining tool, basically, that it would smash into something, or maybe just to cut away seaweed or something like that, sort of like an underwater lawnmower. Yeah. Well, anyway, I can play around with that. It should be easy to connect, so that's not too bad. Two of these, which are candy floss pieces, quite hard to get hold of, so I buy them when I see them because I want lots of people with candy floss in my fairground. A couple more of those, and some printed pieces. We've got a helmet for you-know-who, yes, the super secret police, and to add to the lovely silvery shield that I got last time, or the time before, I've got one of the regular bull shields that, well, you can get in all sorts of sets, actually, in the Knight's Kingdom. 6096, Bull's Attack from 2000 being one of them, which is a great set with siege tower, catapult, and, well, I suppose that's a cannon there near the bottom, is it? Which sort of ushers in the demise of the castle. If so, yeah, castle walls are less good against cannons. But yeah, that's really nice, good quality piece. So I think I'm going to have two people with the regular one, and obviously the shiny one in the middle for the main guy, Cedric the Bull himself. So yeah, that's great. Very nice indeed. I'm just looking to see if it's got a stress mark on the back. I think it has, actually. I think this has been trodden on at some point, but you can't really see it unless you really stare at the front. Maybe across the nostrils there's a slight bend. So imperceptible. I'm not really that worried about it. And then, one more of those. And then this was just a curio that I found in there, given that it's a very, very odd shaped plate. And actually, it's really good condition for its age, he says, noticing a split on the side, but I won't sort of tease that anymore, otherwise it will grow. But this piece is from 1972. Wow, which makes it very, very much older than me. It came in a set 379-2, because there were two 379s. Seems a bit early to be making mistakes, Lego. But anyway, and this was obviously the base of the caravan in that car and caravan set. So yeah, I just bought it for no use whatsoever, other than out of curiosity, and maybe I'll challenge myself to use it in an interesting way. So obviously these were the spaces for the wheels on the side of the caravan. I might even use it for the same thing, or something else, I don't know. Ideas for that one. So yeah, that is a really good start. And I think it's time for the second eBay purchase now, which was this wonderful bull flag, which I can give to my bull contingent of people. And look at that. That is absolutely amazing. It's a bit sort of crinkly from being put on a banner pole, but to be honest, I'll be putting it on a banner pole, so that's not too bad. And look at that. It's double-sided, which makes it much better than even the recent Lion Knight's Castle ones that were only one-sided. So you've got to decide which way your wind's going by the fact that, only one side is worth looking at. But this one can go any which way at once. So that is actually better. I can't believe the quality of that. So yeah, it wasn't that expensive either, given that these can go for quite a lot on eBay. So I just snapped it up. Yeah, I've been looking at caster stuff recently on eBay, as you might have guessed. But that is brilliant. So what set did that come from? Same one as that, the Bull's Attack. Cool, right, so we're really cooking on gas already with some fabulous pieces for projects coming up, but I think we can get even more going when we open this one. This one looks much more easy to actually work out where I need to cut to get in the thing. Oh, a bit noisy. Oh, but lovely, lovely Lego bricks, all in one bag. So it looks like we have to open the whole thing and just tip them all out. Might just cut through that bag. I think I need to sharpen my knife, you know. Oh, wow. Golly, that's big. Okay, so I'm going to get... Oh, hold on. Yeah, no, that's the knot of the bag. That's all right. Got everything. Yep, good. So, yeah, I'll gradually bring all of this into shot. First of all, I've got loads of the same shaped wedge piece, but in yellow. But that isn't for the castle, you'll be glad to hear. This is for what I named this order, which is diving bell. So I'm getting pieces together for a diving bell. Now, if you don't know what a diving bell is, basically it's kind of a submarine, but it's kind of one that you just lower down by gravity. And it's basically just a pressured vessel that's usually ball-shaped that can take the incredible pressures of the deepest parts of the ocean. So you haven't really got power to sort of drive around or anything. So they aren't that common nowadays, I don't think. But anyway, it's basically a ball that they're lowering down people to look at the deepest depths. So these are some of the pieces that I'm going to be using to make that sort of round-ish shape. So there we go. There's the yellow ones of them. Now, the one I commented on, I didn't know what the size was this. What is it? Is it a snowboard? Well, it definitely could be used as a snowboard, but it says that it's a skateboard. I hadn't realised it was this big. It's from Scala, set 3122, which is called 123 Marie, from 2001. Which is a ghastly looking set if you ask me. And it took full-size Lego wheels on the bottom there. They must have had a spacer, I suppose. I've got some wheels to show you, but I thought that it went down lower. So we kind of need a couple of 2x2 bricks or something, don't we? I'll see if I can... Oh, I can use these pieces, I think, temporarily, let's say. Oh, put two of those on there and then stick a wheel on. Yeah, that's roughly how it would look, isn't it? So you can get a good impression. I mean, it's a very strange piece. I just put it on my, don't know if I want this list ages ago, just when I was doing the skateboard shop, actually, because I was looking at the entire catalogue for absolutely anything skate related. And this came up, and we've got a nice sort of Dalmatian puppy there and some puppy prints all the way to the front and this lovely colourful swirl. So when I first saw this, I thought, well, maybe I could make it into a sign and, you could put on a specific sign in there or something like that. And now I look at it, I'm not so sure. It's pretty horrid, isn't it? But I suppose for my skateboard collection, it is required. So, yeah, what do you think of that? A Scala skateboard. So yeah, not just ideas for this, I suppose. Ideas for this. Maybe it would be better as a snowboard. Maybe I could give it to the Yeti, who's on top of my snow sports store, because he's holding skis and regular sized snowboards for sale, but maybe he should be on one as well. Though, would he have this bad taste? I don't think he would, poor Yeti. So anyway, there's that. It's a curio that I'm glad I got, but I'm not too impressed with, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, there we go. It looks a bit clunky with those wheels on as well, doesn't it? And then for the rest of this, it's largely undersea stuff. So I've got this very grubby panel here, sort of windscreen piece in yellow. The reason I got it was for just the stickers. We've got this really big symbol here for the Aqua Raiders. And this came on the 7774 Crab Crusher from 2007, where it's part of the front there. But we've also got this really nice 21, and that doesn't look too bad. I think this will clean up. And if I'm very careful when I move it using my patented hot tea technique, then I should be able to use it very productively. And I can always snip off any sort of corners or really dirty edges that are beyond repair. But I don't think it's that bad, actually. So yeah, some nice stickers for Under the Sea. I really like that one, the reason I got it. We've got some of these 2x2 slopes. Now these are Aqua Zone, and these were on sets like the 6175 Crystal Explorer sub from 1995, so the wave before really, I suppose, where they're on the back of it there. And they've just got this sort of almost, I think it looks like battleships if you've ever played that game where you've got the grid and you're firing rockets to try and sink the other person's battleships. So maybe people are actually playing that Under the Sea. But I use those in my sort of defense tower for Under the Sea. So, and I might be making another one of those in due course, or at least extending the one I've got. A yellow sort of sub or base door. I've got those in grey, but here's a yellow one. There's two actually. That's for a Dr. Inferno build, just 2 orange windows. And while I'm on Dr. Inferno, a couple more orange pieces for a build I'm doing for him, which looks great, I must say. And I got this one just for the sticker on the top. That's from 8632 Swamp Raid from 2008, where it's on the front of Breakjaw's kind of escape swamp boat. Yes, so that's good. I can move that. They're the sort of ones I used on my sharks. I might take off. I'm still not sure about that. I got this dark blue panel for the bottom of the stairs on one of my subway entrances, but in the end I didn't do it. The one with the mini coming out of it, so it shows the age of this order. It's been waiting around for me to get around to. White plate, must be for my diving bell. Some of these, I think these were just cheap, these octagonal cone pieces. Oh no, I'm going to use them as feet for the diving bell. That's right, I had one, so I needed 3 more. So I think they're just going to be kind of like the clunk feet that bump into the sea floor when it finally gets there. So that's what they are. Lots of these for attaching decoration to, both ones with studs on both sides and the single side. So that's good. And then some of the parts for the diving bell itself. So for the flat sides, I'm going to use white, just so it's a bit different from my deep sea tunnel, undersea tunnel, which will be 2 levels above, because this will be on the very, very bottom level, understandably. But yeah, white's a bit of variation. So I'm going to need, I think, 8 of those, and I've got 4 here. So clearly we've got some more open orders to open. They're a bit sun damaged, but I don't think that'll really matter. And to be fair, I'm going to be lighting this with UV lights, so even if they weren't sun damaged, they will be soon. So yeah, that's fine. So those ones came on 6441 Deep Reef Refuge from 1997, and then the sister set had these sort of corner pieces in yellow only. Well, I think you can get some in white, but they're incredibly hard to get in any number. And if I'm going to have a diving bell with these pieces, I'm going to need 4 for the top corners and 4 for the bottom corner. So I'm going to need 8 of those. So I've got 1, 2, 3 as part of this order. And these two, well, they could have come on the 6441 that we just looked at if they had a clear backing, but technically these are different and they've got the yellow backing for those stickers. So these actually come from the 6442 Stingray Explorer from 1997. So lots of deep sea sets from lots of different neighbouring eras in this haul, and I can definitely reuse those stickers with a little mini sub on. They look fantastic. So yeah, clearly I need, 5 more of those and 4 more of those to make my diving bell. Got some jumper plates in yellow, some tiles in yellow, ladder in black. One of these, they just happen to have an SSP logo, so why not? That comes from 70808 Supercycle Chase from 2014, as you probably know a million times by now. Some of these sort of bar pieces, they were just cheap. Didn't really need them in blue, it's just for attaching other things too, bar clips or whatever. Lots of these double-length cheese wedge pieces, just for the rock faces under the sea. They must have been a great price, that's why I've got them. A couple of grey bricks, couple of curved yellow bricks. We've got this. Oh, wow. So, do you remember the other haul? We just had a tiny panel piece with this sort of Frankenstein's monster type logo on it. And it comes from the Bob Fizz Fizzy Drinks line in 8670 Jump Master from 2006, which was a Power Racers set. And I said the sticker was almost a completely different yellow from the piece that it was attached to. Well, clearly that's true of all the stickers on this sheet, because this one has gone the same way, or maybe just with age. But anyway, yes, I'll probably cut off the number 8 for the racing driver, and that will be the logo on a vending machine or something like that. And the small one can go on the actual cans itself. I just really like the iconography of this sort of Frankenstein's monster. And you know what? You can get Frankenstein's monster sort of minifigures, so maybe there'll be somebody dressed in a costume marketing them, or maybe just drinking one. Maybe it makes you into a Frankenstein's monster. Wow, that would be scary. So that's fun. I've got this very, very scraped general store glass piece with this nice green kind of pane type setup. I think I should be able to polish one side quite a lot, but it might just be, yeah, it looks like the stick has been almost moved or put on with, I don't know. People have used their fingers quite a lot on the sticky side. Look at that. That is, I don't know if air's got under there or what, but in the right sort of situation, like there sort of thing, it doesn't really matter. You can't see all of that grubbiness. And maybe it's that sort of frosted marbled glass that you get, especially on older windows. So yeah, I could still use that even as it is. That came on the set 6765, Gold City Junction from 1996, which looks like a rootin' tootin' good set if you ask me, with a bank and a general store, which this came from. I like the stagecoach, which has got another good footplate type build, much like our carriage that we looked at earlier, but with an older hinged kind of door piece, I suppose. I also like the guns on the back of that thing, and it's also got the obligatory man in a barrel for the gunfight, of course. I'm not sure that'd really protect you, but anyway, it's always in those movies. So this must be a sticker then, presumably. Yeah, it is. I can feel it sort of coming off on one side. So I might be able to make that a little bit better, but it's not too bad as it is, actually. In fact, it's growing on me. I kind of like its bobbledness now. Though I will need a frame, and it's slightly smaller than regular windows of today. That are 6 tall. It's only 5 bricks tall, so it will need a special frame. But I might have one in Russ's contribution or something like that, because some people have sent me some older window frames. So, yeah, I quite like that. I don't know where it's going, but yeah, it can be just a really, really, really small store with just that and next to a green door or something like that. Then all the really small stuff, which I shall tip out here. Ooh, and a big banner. We've got another banner. So this is a great big Scorpion Vladek type banner. Very nice indeed. And this came on 4 sets, including 8877, Vladek's Dark Fortress from 2005, which is very imposing with those great big massive blades kind of as gateposts on the front there. And I think it needs a light brick for behind that really big helmet that's sort of on the front of the battlements there, sort of as decor. The pictures on the set box almost look like it is sort of glowing-eyed and lit up from behind, but it actually isn't. I checked the instructions because I wasn't sure online, and basically, well, it's just nothing behind it really. But I think you could get one of those big Vladek helmets and stick a light brick behind it so it sort of glows. We'll have to see if that works. It might need some sort of in between trans neon orange bricks or something like that to really work. But there we go. Yeah, so I've already got the other version of this banner, which looks identical. It's just got a different sort of jagged edge basically. And this is the one with a great big sort of cut into the body of the Scorpion. So it's just nice to have that. It wasn't too dear, and it looks like it's in good quality actually. So there we go. That is that. Put that there. Got loads of sort of arm pieces for under the sea just to make twisty plants that are absolutely filthy. We've got the torso from the Series 3 Space Alien. I don't know why I got that. I think somebody sent me just the Space Alien head. So I thought, well, I may as well try and get the body and the legs so I can complete the thing. I mean, I've already got one, but then you can have a friend in a cantina or something. So that is that. Another single part from a series minifigure is his lovely Viking helmet with long braided hair. And that's from the Series 7 Viking woman. You'll be very unsurprised to hear. Needs a couple of horns in there, definitely. This is a stickered part, just with some interesting sort of iconography. What's it say? Anwo Race. I just like the sort of shape of it. It just looked really interesting with that colouring and the sort of, I don't know, purple, magenta, something like that. That came from 8131 Raceway Rider from 2007, which is a tiny turbo set. But yeah, I just like these little stickers. You can stick them in, I don't know, shop windows or something like that. Ooh, here's another filthy sticker. Banana Co. Now, you might remember that I got this before, I think. I'm just planning to maybe make a business to go with the tuk-tuk that came in 76026. Gorilla Grodd Goes Bananas from 2015. Yeah, and just have a big, I don't know, banana import company, basically. maybe even just a small shack in my harbour or something like that. And I recently added to a Lego Bricks and Pieces order the sort of bunch of bananas piece that you can get, only one because they're quite dear, that you now get in the Donkey Kong sets. So I'll look forward to giving that maybe to actually Grod, who I've sort of put the black sticker on top of his metal bits on his head, just so he can be more of a King Kong character on the top of the big tower with President Business in it. So yeah, that'll link up with something somewhere. A couple of orange tiles, probably for my volcano thing. And I think the only other interesting part is this lovely eye with all this sort of circuitry on that I think we've got before, but now we have a pair from 8245, Robots Revenge from 1998, which is a Technic set where it looks like kind of Robot Wars, basically. And that is obviously the eye of one of the robots for some decor. So yeah, otherwise just some connection parts for kind of under the sea or whatever. But yeah, all really good parts. So really nice haul. We have got two lovely banners for our castle scene. We've got lovely parts for all sorts of bases and diving bells and stuff like that for under the sea, doors and so on. Little parts for here, there and everywhere. And then some parts for experimental use, like this general store window and this white base, which I'm really looking forward to trying out, actually. And then not to mention all of that, we've also got the castle stuff, of course, being the completion of that Russ's Tower. And then, yeah, ideas for that, but I really am going to struggle to use that in my city just because it looks so nasty. Do these colours clash or something? I don't know why I've got such a visceral dislike of this thing. Maybe it's the cartoon dog. I mean, I like dogs. I don't know why I hate this piece, but I really don't like it. Anybody want a massive Scala skateboard? You might see that on eBay soon. And I really like my Bob Fizz advert piece as well. Nice shield, helmet, all the rest of it. Yeah, really good haul. And that's before you even get to our lovely couple in their carriage ride. Oh, where should that go in the city? So, a really nice haul that. Lots of pieces to clean, some very, very thoroughly indeed, and lots of pieces with stickers that either need corrective surgery or clipping or, well, I don't know, saving in some way. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Lots of projects fueled for the future. I'm looking forward to doing some more work in the cabinet, actually, and definitely getting that castle tower in, that's for sure. Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching. It is appreciated. Do remember to like, comment and subscribe for more awesome LEGO videos. And if you value this channel, there are many ways in which you can support it. Do check out the links in the description below. And next time on Robin Hood Bricks, I'll have to work out which of these pieces means I've got a completed bag of bits to do a project. And whether that will be in the cabinet or in the city is yet to be discerned. I've only got a day to decide, so I better get on with it. So anyway, until then, see you! Lovely stickers.